I came out tonight because Tretch got at me and said we're going to Manhattan. I said for what? And he said some industry shit, and here I am.
And we appreciate you for it. I have a serious question I want to ask. With regards to the music, specifically trap music, drill music, when we talk about the content of that music now, and then the content of the music that N.W.A. put out, what is the difference?
Well, the music just evolves, and trap music is rapping from the perspective of a drug dealer. Drill music is really rapping like from the perspective of an active gang member or somebody out in the street. The conditions that create drill music is the problem, not the music. I want the kids to chill. I don't want them to go to jail. I want them to back up off of that. But that all has to do with us becoming men and how we pressure each other, what toughness is, what masculinity is. And when it gets to the point where you got to kill somebody to be a man, you're missing the point. So the kids are lacking guidance. I mean, I could say something. I just want the youngsters to take it easy and not realize and waste their life. You'll go to jail right now at 19, you'll never get out. And, we'll say, hey, we rapped about selling drugs, they rap about doing drugs. So it's evolved in a different way, but the music is not imaginary. They're rapping about what the conditions are. So have the conditions devolved to the point that's what the kids are living. And it's sad. It's sad. But then it's all hyper masculinity, I'll kill you, nigga. That's what it is, And
I mean, when we saw New Jack City, though, do you not think that kind of what we're in now sort of parallel?
Now, New Jack City was just a story. It was like a black Scarface.
Right.
And it was about the introduction of crack into the community. And you had one guy, Wesley, who was out to make it. Then you had my character who was out to say, hey, you fucking up the community.
Right.
So there's always two sides to it. But it's really difficult to really break it down. I could say you don't like drill, it's not the problem. It's just saying what conditions create the kids wanting to rap like that. What's going on in O Block? What's making them feel like they got to kill each other? The record doesn't make them want to do it. A lot of the stuff they're saying is past tense. We did this, we did that. So I just think they got to back up off of that. And I think they'll figure it out. But I want these kids to really understand that you're playing a different game right now. First off, you're making the record, then you're going on the internet, you're snitching on yourself, you're telling everything. And it's like, I think the new drug is clout. I think people just want to be known so bad that they'll self-incriminate themselves and they're just going to jail. And none of us went to jail. I never been to prison. So if you are gangster, going to jail's not part of it.
Take care of your family, your community.
Well, that grows. That's a mature gangster. The young gangster is the soldier who just wants to get his stripes. As you get older, you start to realize there's other things that are more important. But
I have to thank you. We talk about subjects like this all the time. And
let me say something else. Men tend to be logical, and women tend to be emotional. Can we agree on that?
The consensus says so.
Y'all are more emotional. A woman will shoot you and then cry over you. Be like, oh, what did I just do? Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
If a girl grabs a gun, get the fuck out the way, because y'all move off emotions.
Okay. So
if a guy pulls a gun on me, I might be able to talk him down. Nigga, you going to jail, don't do this or that. And he'll logically think this out. Maybe he never thought of it like this. Now, some women move more logically because you've taken on more a role of being a leader. And then you take on, like you say, we have feminine tendencies, you'll pick up more masculinity. But masculine is more logic. You know, as a businesswoman, you've had to become more logical and less emotional, right? So now you got a lot of boys being raised by their mothers. So they're being more emotional. So they think if somebody disses them, they gotta kill them. They're misguided. You can't move off emotion. You have to move off of logic. And they're not thinking it out. And these young kids are 16, 17 years old, coming out of a single family home, and they wanna be men. So the homies say to be a man, you gotta do this, put in this work. And they end up in prison for the rest of their life.
So now that we're here, and we do have a lot of children that come from the group home, or a grandma or an aunt, so they don't have either a one parent or both parents. So what do you say to a child in that circumstance that's looking for something? What outlets do you have for them?
You could do it. I'm an orphan. I have no mother, father, sisters, brothers, aunts, living uncles, relatives. I was misguided. I tried to break the law for a long time. All my friends ended up in prison. I have friends doing life. And I took another route. Hip-hop gave me a chance to say my story. And as opportunities arose, I took those opportunities. And I'm living proof. 50 Cent is living proof. Jay-Z is living proof. Snoop is living proof. All of them, Ice Cube, Dre, all of us came from the bottom. We came from the bottom. So you can do it. You just gotta suck a duck. You can't get caught up in the streets and making those decisions that'll ruin your life. Look, it could be done. It could be done. And when you don't have options, you don't give a fuck. And when you start to realize that you can pull it off, you start to give a fuck because now you have something to lose. And the more I started to grow, I had more that I could lose, and I calmed the fuck down. So I've done everything you guys done. I was committing 5 felonies a day. I know what it is. I know what that mindset is. But I think also now with social media, it inflames this shit to another level. If me and you had a beef, me and you, who would know about it? But, right? Just me and you. We can handle that. You go on the internet and you diss me, now millions of people know. Now I feel like I got to do something, maybe even hurt you, right? So a kid is in school, they got a problem, somebody puts it on the internet, now the whole school knows. People commit suicide like that. So what the internet does, it inflames situations that couldn't have been handled differently. And that's the world these kids live in right now, you know? So it's different. I can't apply my life to their life. I live in a different life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ice-T, the legend, living legend. We want to thank you for everything that you've done. We grew up with you, so we thank you.
It's difficult, though. You know, it's like you're trying to pull up. No matter how many friends you got, it's never enough. You can't help them. You got people that are mad because you're succeeding and they waiting on you to slip so you can fuck up. It's not a simple road. People think, oh, this is easy. No, it's difficult. You know, like in the movie The Mac, they said there's only one thing harder than being the Mac. Stay in the Mac. So if you do manage to get your foot up, watch how difficult it is to stay there.
Hard work. Every day I'm putting on
iAS.
1, 2, 3, then repeat. That's how you gotta stay strong.
You ready?
Yep.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
We are here tonight. I hope y'all tuned in. Y'all ready for the craziness, man.
Man, the hustle been cold, got a G on it. Got a trust in the plan, got a C on it. Man, I never gave up, got a B on it. Put the game in the lock, got a key on it. Man, them haters try to block, got the D on it. Straight drop out the pot, got the heat on it. Every day I'm putting on, promise I'm a king on my throne. Is you in it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, then repeat. That's how you gotta stay strong.
iAS Music.